Yeah, I think club culture is a really important thing. I think everyone has a responsibility, and everyone can help try and make a place somewhere where people want to be. Like, ultimately, you're not going to want to be around people. Something we've seen before, things get really cliquey, you get in your little groups. Obviously, like sort of outside of rowing, you're going to have people that you're better friends with, things like that. And it's not to say that you shouldn't have groups, but to be inclusive and to make sure other people feel involved, I think is important. And again, like talking about elite mindset, there's sometimes there's sort of if you're really focused on, you want to be the best and you don't want sort of any distractions, you don't want anything else around, you can kind of get into that mentality of like, oh, I'm not spending any time with the novices, or I'm not jumping in a boat with them, like I'm focused on me. And it is important to focus on you and what you're doing, but like it is important to also make sure that, remember that you were there once and everyone was there once. And the more you can help other people get into rowing and enjoy it and catch the bug, like you said, the more beneficial it is going to be for you and your club.
Do you know what the funny thing about clickiness is that I found in rowing? It never comes from the top rowers. Like, you never see somebody like Steve Williams give you shit when you're on an ergo. Like, it's like the opposite. It's almost as if the higher you go, the nicer you are to the people at the start of their sport journey, because you understand that you were there once and you want to like support them through. So for example, I was a little bit disappointed because I didn't make the selection for World Championships or for Coupe when I was a junior, because I couldn't really trial due to like just feasibility of traveling and doing training camps, etc. I wanted to do Henley with Leander, so I ended up doing home countries, and I was feeling a little bit down about that after the season was over, because maybe I wanted to do something more. It felt like it was maybe like the consolidation prize. And then I saw Steve Williams in the gym. He's a double Olympic gold medalist, by the way. So I just saw him and I told him about what I did over the summer, etc., how I felt a bit down about the whole situation because I wanted to do more. I wanted to aspire to kind of achieve better things. And he said, oh, my first international regatta was home countries. Well done. And do you know what? That just completely changed my perspective on it. It just felt like, oh, maybe I need to take a step outside and stop worrying. And if you're the type of person that worries, maybe this is going to help you. Of any times where you were worrying about something going wrong, the thing that probably actually happened that went wrong is the thing that you never saw coming in the first place. So it makes you think, was worrying even helpful? Did it even help? Or maybe you should just understand that no matter what you worry about, it's probably not going to be the thing that's actually going to go wrong in the end.
Yeah, sometimes I wouldn't even blame someone for having that attitude. I can see why, I can see why that if you really want to take your rowing to the next level, you might want to get in that attitude of being like, oh, I'm only going to focus on the best things. I'm only going to be serious, and I'm going to shout at anyone that's having too much fun, And like I've heard athletes tell me in different programs, they might be stretching beforehand and having a laugh and a joke, and the coach has come up to them and been like, you need to be more serious. Like, there's a time to be more serious, but there's also a time to enjoy it. And like you said, I don't necessarily think it's like someone's fault for like maybe having a mindset where they're like, oh, I don't want to do anything with like other people, that I don't want to sit in a boat with people who aren't as good as me. But yeah, I think ultimately just remember that rowing is the ultimate team sport in the point that you're all trying to do the exact same thing, and a team done correctly is stronger than the sum of its parts. So if you are able to help other people along, you're going to make your team better, and that's going to benefit you, and it's going to benefit everyone in it. So the more people feel backed up, the more people feel a part of the squad, the more, just to get a comment from, like you say, from an athlete who's better than them, well done on your PB, having some sort of knowledge or keeping your eyes open to what else is going on in the squad, I think it's only going to be beneficial. And like you said, it's having fun comes in many different ways, and it's you don't as a coach just say, right, today we're having fun, go and have fun now. Like, it doesn't, you can't like force it. You can't say, oh Tom and Pete said we need to have more fun, so today, like, have fun, go. Like, it's not, you can't do that. So it's about bringing fun into all the aspects of things that you're already doing, I think. And no matter how serious you want to take it and where you want to go, just remember that, like you said, the journey is just as important, and you really want to enjoy the journey, and you want to look back and have all those fun times, And I look back on on my years at Leander, and knowing that we're getting Dave on, I can't talk about too many because he's involved in loads of them, and there's going to be some really fun stories to talk about. But just, you know, you look back at the silly times, you look back at some of the times when necessarily didn't get everything right, but you got to allow yourself to have fun. You've got to allow the pressure release. It is a high pressure environment. There are going to be times that are really stressful, especially coming to summer seat racing or even, you know, or racing once you've made your crew. And it's just, you got to vary it. And a skill, you know, we said before, a skill that soldiers talk a lot about is just being able to switch on and off into that time. Know when it's time to be really serious. And from a coach's perspective, we have spoke to crews about that and said, you know, by the time we push off, we're going to take it seriously, you know. So I could get to training in the morning and, you know, I'll get there and they'll be talking about, you know, for 3 years, I coached the girls' squad at Keeble. So, you know, they'll be talking about some boy or this or that or a night out or, you know, just having a laugh. And, you know, they might not have, you know, they all do different things. They're on different courses. They might not have seen each other for a few days. Like, absolutely let them have a time to have a laugh and a catch up. But then if we get in the boat and we start doing our drills and someone's still chatting in the back or having a laugh, or like, that really pissed me off, because it's like, no, we've said that this is the moment that we are going to take things seriously. So understanding when and where to do it.
Morale is such a huge part of improving the standard of the entire squad, but also improving yourself, because if you can help the entire squad kind of raise the floor, if you can help bring some other people up, you have to understand that as an athlete, you push off of others, because you're in rowing, it's a very competitive sport. So if you kind of are a little bit ahead of everybody else, maybe help them raise the floor, and then you'll probably create a monster along the way, but also you'll maybe create somebody that you can push off of, somebody who can motivate you. And you never know, maybe you'll be down at one point and somebody's going to come down to you and give you some piece of advice that's going to be better. And